We're here at the Wheels of Time show at the Raynham Dog Track. I have with me today Ray Play of CMA and George LeGrice of Spike Speed Shop, and we're going to talk today about restoration. 1, 2, 3. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Carside Chat. I am your host, VIPPrimo. I am really excited about today. We have some really cool stuff going on. I wanted to do this with a little bit with more filming of the area over here, but the sun would not allow it, so we're going to do our best with what we got right now. Hopefully we'll get another overcast day at some point down the road and be able to give you something a little bit, you know, not as reflective. So hopefully this works out. If it does, great. If not, we can always just scrap it and go right back to radio. Which reminds me, don't forget every other Tuesday on 990WBOB.com. Again, that's 990WBOB.com. Don't forget to tune in for the Car Grumps. We're going to be doing some more shows. We're going to have some more guests. And that brings me to my next point. Right after you like and subscribe, I want you to meet Ray Play of CMA Restorations. How's it going today, Ray?
Good, good, good. How are you doing, Al?
I'm doing excellent. So,
fantastic.
How long ago did you start your restoration shop?
What time is it? We just opened up a week ago Monday.
Okay.
Officially opened up.
And you just had your first car come in
Sunday.
Sunday. Okay. And what's that one going to entail?
Entails a full restoration, full rotisserie restoration.
Okay.
It's gonna be soup to nuts, pretty much.
Got it. So soup to nuts means that it's gonna have like a whole new body. I mean, how much of it is?
I'm gonna be in charge of, responsible for the body.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the interior, we'll see how that goes, see what he wants to do. The customer is always in charge of the project.
Right.
He's got his 440 already built.
Okay.
He's pretty ready to go with the drivetrain. It's just a matter of getting the car to a nice condition.
Great. And how many years have you been doing like this kind of body work and restoration stuff? And
I started doing restoration in high school, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. Even before that, I was playing around with body filler and screen and cardboard in my backyard on my own Charger, and it just kind of stuck with me. And when I was in the Voc Tech school, the first project they gave me was a 69 Firebird, and that kind of gave me the bug.
Yeah.
So I've been doing restorations for the full 33 years that I've been doing this, but collision has been my bread and butter.
What do you like most about restoration?
The gratification.
Okay.
The look on people's faces, the customers' faces, when they see their finished project, and to see them watching the project as it goes along.
Right.
It's just so much gratification to it.
Yeah.
So much more than other sides of the trade.
Is there any particular job that you do that you would say is easier or harder than the other? What would be the easiest thing you've done, or you know what I mean? Like, what's the easiest thing about restoration?
There is nothing easy about restoration. There really isn't.
Yeah.
You know, some people want just a quick paint job, and some people, you know, they want the full boat. So it all depends on what they're looking for. But as far as easy, there's nothing easy about restoration.
And so the full boat is pretty much like would be a frame off car that does whatever and
frame off rotisserie restoration,
stuff.
like the 71 RT that I'm going to be doing.
Yeah. So what's the youngest car that you would work on normally?
I'm trying to stay geared towards the 60s, mid-70s, but I mean, anything with an antique range,
yeah,
acceptable.
So what's the oldest kind of car you would work on?
There really is no limitation to what I would work on.
Yeah.
I mean, sheet metal is sheet metal. You know, it's the quirkiness and the idiosyncrasies of the cars that make it different from one another. When you talk about a 1930s Pontiac, or if you're talking about a 71 Charger, you know, they're all different in their makeup. So it does take time to learn about each vehicle. I don't know all cars. Nobody does. Maybe some people do, but not myself. And
you've been doing this, and see, this is the thing is, this is some stuff that I studied in, but I didn't really do, like, I've never had a lot of hands-on for the restoration side of it. So I guess my big question would be, is like, we see a lot of these cars today that are coming out, like a lot of people, like we just saw an Acura Integra sell for like $100,000 or something like that. These cars obviously are getting older in age, and we don't see a lot of stuff doing restoration with them. Is there a reason why we see that, or is it just something that they just haven't caught on yet?
My opinion only, I'd say that it's demand, the popularity of the vehicles. You know, Acuras, for myself, it's too new. I prefer the older classic muscle cars. That's just my taste. It's what I like. Doesn't mean I won't look at something, but you know, it's for myself.
So you don't think that in the future that like the Integras and some of those cars, they probably won't be?
I personally don't think so, no.
Yeah. So that's the thing is we need to ask that, because a lot of things that we today, especially like I have my '86 Porsche, and a lot of people would talk to me about restoring that, and it's a lot easier to say pre-say to restore something like that, because they weren't really beat on, and the cars that were like the older Integras that were beat on, a lot of people just disposed of them. They didn't really, I don't think they put a lot of love into it, and I think that did come from a time when we learned that cars are disposable, that was the problem. That
kind of happened like late 70s into the 80s. Cars just became disposable. You know, the manufacturers were just looking to get the job done.
Right.
No, they weren't.
And that's the thing is with these cars, they were made with different kinds of metals that allow them to stay together better.
Thicker metals, for sure.
And that's the thing is they're gonna have a long road ahead of them that really does kind of, you know what I'm saying?
There is a level of longevity to these cars. You know, you can pull one out of the woods and restore it.
Yeah.
You know, these new cars, the newer cars as you're speaking about, you know, there's a lot of plastic in them, and they just...
And you're saying that my Geo Metro would not be able to be...
We're not going to go there.
No, that's the thing is you kind of, people don't realize the difference between space frames, ladder frames, you know, body, the idea that the frame is itself, the body of the car became the frame, and how a lot of that stuff changed. And where would somebody like that, if I said, hey, I want to get into this, where would be the best place for me to go to learn how to do it?
You got to find somebody who's willing to teach you.
Yeah.
You got to find an old schooler who knows the trade.
Yeah.
You're not going to go to Joe's Collision Center and find somebody that's going to teach you how to do this.
Right.
It's not going to happen. You got to find somebody who's been in the trade for time, who has the experience with this kind of stuff here, and all these cars here. You know, it's magic out there.
All right, so for the people that are watching the show today, they're going to want to know where to go to CMA Restorations. Can you give them the places to go so that they're going to know how to find you?
Yeah, CMA is located in Rumford, Rhode Island. It's 310 Bourne Avenue, Unit 1A, and like I said, we just opened up, and if you want to come by and check out the place,
what's your Instagram?
Instagram is CMA Restorations LLC. I believe it's LLC.
We'll get the link to it. We'll make sure that they get it in the comments. Cool.
Yeah.
So, Ray, thank you for coming out today. I really appreciate it. Thanks for bringing out your car. We're going to have the next guest in, and they're going to hopefully get to sit next to it. Are you okay with that?
I'm perfectly fine with it.
That's what I had.
If you guys want to check out the website, it's cmarestorations.com.
Perfect. All right. Talk to you later, buddy.
Thanks a lot.
Ask your doctor if cruising is right for you. Cruising 1,000 milligrams relieves symptoms of boredom and depression, nagging wife, craggy kids, jerk-off boss, stress and anxiety, and much, much more. Take only as directed.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to Carside Chat. I have George LeGrice with me, who was lucky enough to be on our first show on the radio.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to, you just happened to pick my name out of a hat. I guess I just drew the lucky number.
I planned this stuff. There's a lot of method to my madness. So, but that's the thing is people, I think, we're going to show you guys some little snippets of the truck that he brought out and the car he brought, the Biscayne, right?
Yes, sir.
And these cars are absolutely incredible, handcrafted from stem to stern. That truck is pretty much built from the ground up, am I right?
Yeah, pretty much. The only thing that was any stock application was we started out with an S10 frame, but the rest of the truck we bought from like 3 different places and two different pieces.
Yeah. So how long did it take to build a truck like that?
We probably have about 200 to 300 hours in that truck.
Oh, jeez.
And it's just raw metal. That's not even finished paint. That's raw metal, 3 coats of clear.
Are you going to be doing anything else with it, or is it going to look like it looks now?
We've been contemplating doing some design work on it, like maybe some tail art, like as like a 50s P51 Mustang or a B17 Bomber would have. Been kind of tossing around some ideas to break it up a little bit, but we're going to leave it all raw metal.
Yeah, I love just everything you're saying about this project. I love to hear it. Like from the base metal look, which I think is a something that hasn't caught on that should catch on, because we have the patina look, we have the custom look, and now we have something like that comes out. And then to say, you know what, I'm going to do the fighter bomber look to it. I mean, I can see the little bombs on the side and the teeth, the shark teeth and everything. And I mean, you just can't go wrong with it. You know what I'm saying?
I think it was definitely, we definitely, myself and the team at the shop all talked about it, and I had like my predisposed like ideas and opinions of what I thought the truck should be and what I would always wanted it to be, but whereas it wasn't just me building it now, it was like the team, it was all of us. Like we had to bring in everybody's opinion on it, and make it a piece of everybody in the shop kind of thing. Like, you know, I hadn't really committed to making it right-hand drive until like the guys were like, oh yeah, go ahead, do it, and then I just kind of, you know, went with that, and we were like, see, we told you you'd like it kind of thing. Like,
yeah,
you know.
Too funny.
But yeah, no, we just kind of committed to it, ran with it, and you know, I had enough peer pressure.
And it looks, I mean, it's funny because I always kind of brag because I kind of saw it when it was in pieces, and then to see it now the way it drove in and see it air out and everything, it's just incredible to see it. And I hope we're going to get some footage to you guys so you can see some of this stuff. These are some of the most impressive vehicles I've ever seen, and you're not done yet. You still have some other eggs in the frying pan, right?
Yeah, we got a 68 Pro Street, well, what was an older Pro Street Firebird that we're reinventing with a little twist on it. So I don't want to get too much into detail with that. You know,
that's okay.
Other than big block 4-speed, and we won't go further than that.
Everybody here loves to be shocked,
and that's
we'll surprise them later.
Really, what we're trying to do with that. Yep. And then we also got a 64 Bel Air that we're building too. So yeah, we got a couple customer builds in there that are going to be really our little touch on them. So I'm looking forward to it.
So currently, you are actually, because you a Spike Speed Shop, and you're currently expanding on your building, right? You're putting some more stuff in.
Yep. Right now we're working on our new location for our existing, what we offer right now currently, and then also with the addition of a dyno and a second paint booth.
Oh, this is actually the first time I'm hearing the word dyno here.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff just in-house and drivability wise that, you know, we like to try to, even diagnosing of the drivability things, stuff under load, whatnot, you know, it's good to get our rods and kind of make sure they're right where they need to be. And we have O-scopes and engine analyzers and stuff like that in there, but actually being able to get something, use, you know, another tool in the box, so to speak, to really get this drivability, optimal peak performance, stuff like that, safe tunes, you know, instead of being off-site doing what we do. I mean, we drive an hour to do what we do now, what we could do in-house, you know, and a good friend of mine, Brian's been, you know, good enough to share his house, so to speak, with us, and every time I go in that place, he tries to sell me another speed shop. I said, nope, I already got one of them.
Yep. So, okay, so, this is something I've wanted to ask you for a while, is, let's say Spike Speed Shop, 5 years down the road, where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself like as like, what do you call it, like tons of videos out there, tons of different projects, or what kind of thing do you want to go for?
Well, I mean, I hope I have a couple new team members, and the same ones I have now, ideally, because we got a good crew in there right now that are just kind of, they're just a real fun bunch of guys to work with, and we all have our little niches, and you know, we definitely want to get some clothing out there, stuff like that kind of has our style and taste on it. And
I have a nice hoodie that I still wear to this day, so I'm waiting for the cold weather to put it on.
We got some new things coming out this fall, this winter, for sure, and the hoodies were definitely a big hit, the hats, t-shirts, but we want a little bit some with a twist, but we'd like to just definitely get some more videos out there, and we just like to have fun. We just like to go to work and do what we love and have fun doing it. So if we can expand on that and build off of that in the future, and do some traveling, do some racing, and do some more shows across the country, I'd love to collaborate with other builders. I mean, I've been to SEMA in the last 3 years. Unfortunately, you know, this year won't be around, but it's been a pleasure to just sit in on the Hot Rod Builders panel just to, hear these professionals that have been in this industry for 20, 30 years. I've been reading about in magazines for years doing what I'm starting out to try to do now, and I can only hope to aspire to be like some of the greats, but we just have our own, twist on it. And like I said, we just like to go to work and have fun and, build.
Well, I have to say, and the thing is the more I talk with you and the more I see the projects that you have in the house and the more stuff you're going for, I really just see, and I don't know how to say it, I want to say like a Chip Foose moment. I just feel it's going to be one of these things that's really going to pop out. I love the idea that you're doing the YouTube. I think it's great. I want to see more and more content from you. Do you have is there a link per se for the YouTube? Is there like a title they should look for?
Yep, it's Spike Speed Shop channel is the link for that, and our Instagram is at Spike Speed Shop, and our website is basementpowersports.com. And we're in the middle of some rebranding right now, so we definitely have a lot of new content loaded up in the can ready to fire out. So it's definitely something to stay tuned.
And if you guys are having any problem finding any of this stuff, we're going to have this in the description below, so you can check it out. You can actually just click on it. I know some of you guys that are on mobile don't have don't have that as an option. So I'm going to put some more stuff down here. You're going to be able to see it. So we'll definitely make sure you can go out and check these guys out because it's something you don't want to miss. We're looking forward to having you back on either here on Carside Chat, and that's the thing is I think we're in the plannings for doing a what it's like to drive with the certain vehicle of yours very, very soon too, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Awesome.
I think
so
that's
you guys are going to see a lot more from George and Spike Speed Shop. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. I want to thank our guests for coming out, man. This was great. This is the way we want to do all of our Carside Chats. Some great cars, great people, and great fun. You guys, don't forget to check out these other videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, don't forget to drive.